Hello and welcome to Weekly Shonen Jump issue 38 review, taking place August 20th, 2023. We're going to read through, discuss, and rate the chapters. I hope you enjoy. I remember him telling her it's clear that she's not kind of indifferent about it. Upset, but trying not to be. I like how they're tackling this. I think that it's a valid thing to think about. Like, it's one of your best friends, but you liked him. Now he's got a girlfriend. Do I just wait and see if we can be friends? Do I attempt to be friends now? Do I distance myself? You know. I like it when a series is more realistic instead of tropey rom-com. I feel like this is going to be hurtful for her, but I'm glad she made a decision. I'm going to give this chapter a good. Me again? What do you mean me again? Don't read a pirated version, please. Hurts my feelings when you read a pirated version. You cringe at reading pirate versions? Rowdy. Or you could, why weren't you at Messi's game, dude? What were you missed it. I'm talking PKs. I'm talking goalkeeper versus goalkeeper. The 11th hour. It was fucking epic. What was crazy is Busquets had a pass. The whole night I was yelling, like, over the top, over the fucking top. Like, yelling it. Making sure they could hear me, because they were the Nashville defense is like way too up. And one of the things Barcelona used to do really well was go over the top and get these like crazy passes from their midfielders or defenders and lead to goals. And so Busquets finally, in the 92nd minute, goes over the top. Dude's wide ass open. He's running down. This is a goal, right? They're going to win in the 92nd minute. I'm so happy. And he fucking misses. And I'm like, oh my God. And so they don't play extra time. They go straight to PKs in that format for the League Cup. And so you get to PKs. We go up 2, they miss 1. Eventually we miss 1. So the first 5 is a draw. Go to the next 5. Everybody scores. So then you only got one player left. It's the keeper. Miami's keeper goes up, drills it. Super confidence. Drilled it. The other goalkeeper goes up, misses. Everybody celebrates. On the video I took, like, you can see the other people next to me, and the people, you didn't see the people to the right, but the people to my left was like a family, and they were Nashville fans. They had season tickets, and they get up and just walk out right in front of me. They didn't want any more. Yeah, MLS. That's where Messi plays. He plays for Inter Miami. And the stadium we were at, Nashville, is the largest soccer-specific stadium for, college or MLS or anything. There was 30,109 people there last night. And what's crazy is everybody stands up the whole time. Everybody's doing chants. Everybody's doing they've got a whole section dedicated to like people banging drums and doing chants and setting off flares and waving flags. I kind of felt like I was like at a real soccer game, like not an American soccer game, like a real soccer game. Nah, dude, when you start seeing flares and you can't sit down, so you're standing up for 3 hours and everybody in the stadium's doing the chants, like it was so loud, I couldn't hear people next to me at times. But for that to be the first soccer game that I got to experience, I was really happy. Especially because I got to see Messi. And I think with that League Cup victory, I think he's got like 44 like different type of tournament victories. Trophies. That's impressive. many drunk people were there? A lot. There were a lot of drunk people. Because people can just get Ubers to, and most of the people were from out of state. Like, I talked to somebody on the way back, and they were from Boston, which first off, that's a flight. You'd have to take a flight. What if you were going to drive? It's a 17-hour drive. So they came from 17 hours to watch him play in that League Cup final. I mean, I drove 4.5 hours, so. But there were other people that had come from Florida. So, like, let's say Miami to Nashville. That's 12 hours. You know. So they probably drove, stayed in a hotel for 2 days, and then they got super drunk because there was no limit on how many beers you could buy at the stadium. They just stopped selling them at the 75th minute. But you could go up and get 2 at a time, drink them, come right back and get 2 more. Like, there was no limit to how many you could buy because there's so many people in the stadium that there's no way they can keep track of how many you've bought. And it was such a pain to get. I had to walk 3 miles to my Uber for him to drive me 5 minutes up the road. Like, I could have just walked the rest of the way. But, like, I don't want to walk at 12 o'clock at night in the dark by myself. You know what I mean? Was I wasted? No. I don't like drinking. Is he incorporating the manga characters because she's the designer of that manga? I mean, that makes sense, but like, yeah, I don't like the ending to this fight at all. They should have just left it to go. What's next should be One Piece. I put the cam on. Is nobody gonna, tell me I look good? Like, you guys are a bunch of jerks, honestly. I'm so self-conscious. I put the cam on and not one compliment. What can you do? what can you do, dudes? When your homies ain't gonna call you cute. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Shadowheart arrive. Feels good. I started a Dark Urge playthrough. Am I going to be able to finish my Dark Urge playthrough before Goryuka even finishes the game? Yeah, I already finished the game. It took me 107 or 8 hours, I think. It fail. Rob's talking to somebody on the phone. I don't know who. Oh, dude, they have Shadowheart. Yay. Hello, Shadow Clone. I don't like that her name is Stussy. Kind of bothers me. So how's everybody else doing today, this morning, this afternoon, this evening, wherever you live? The trip's a bit of a pain. I didn't run into too much traffic, but you know, driving that long, I'm not used to 4-lane highways, so when you drive on them, it can be kind of nerve-wracking. The game was great. The end of it was spectacular. It was great to watch. Just really tired. Then my hotel was okay, but definitely could have been better. So I think I went to bed about 12:30, woke up about 4, and then rolled around for a little bit to wake myself up, and then left about 5:30 this morning. The PKs they weren't saying. I mean, I'm glad, you know, as long as they didn't lose, I was going to be happy I paid the money. Like, if they got stomped or something, I would have been like, damn, I can't believe I spent this money for this. And even if they ended up owning and won, I'd have been like, well, that was cool. But for it to go to PKs and go to, goalkeeper versus goalkeeper, I mean, you can't get much better than that. Genshin, yikes, boys, yikes. I am tired though, so I'm reading a little bit slower because I'm trying to make sure I understand everything. So basically, just to set up for the conditions on, I think this is an okay chapter. I know some people are probably going to be mad. They see Blue Box a good and One Piece just being okay. This is probably the first okay One Piece chapter that I've given out since Wano. Yeah, I thought I was going to sleep more too. But I woke up on accident at 4 o'clock in the morning, which is 5 o'clock on the east, so. I didn't take my insomnia pills, so that's probably why I only slept like 4 hours. Although sometimes I take them and I still only sleep like 4 hours. Yeah, Luffy versus Kizaru will probably happen in 2 chapters. I want to see how he gets out of this because it was really funny what happened, but he's taking it pretty serious, which he should. No! Press the wrong button. Oh my god, she got kidnapped. This is bad. He turned back into a kid in the middle of the. That's kind of BS. But I guess it's better to keep it at random because then it keeps the reader on their toes. This was a good chapter. Yeah, it's serious, but like it's what I want to say is that this started out as kind of only comedy, and then it gradually has incorporated seriousness with comedy. And the reason like I love Golden Kamuy is because it blends a great story, action, and comedy all together. And so when you have comedic moments in Golden Kamuy, they don't take away from any of the plot. They don't take away from the action. Um, I'm not saying that this is going to be on the same level as Golden Kamuy, but it's doing things right. I believe me and Robico is next. Nine. So hello, Blazin. How are you, sir? How are you doing? Are you having a good day? Yeah, see, I was hoping the same thing would kind of happen with Tenmaku Cinema, where like even if it's starts out kind of weird, that the characters can kind of carry it to some purchases, but looks like that's not the case. Happy to be here before Creeds. He may have something to do, I don't know. He usually tries to do stuff on Sundays because he spends all Saturday streaming. Or something. Oh no, the mom here with the knife. I resurrected using Nin that intensifies after death. Dude, why am I even reading this stuff, dude? Where's Boruto? I can read it after we're done, but it should be on the list. We'll check once we're done here. Or I can open up a new tab and just peep in there and see it. It should be. It's not part of Jump, but it should be down here, probably like right here. There it is. And if you didn't see the Dragon Ball Super movie that came out, the Super Dragon Ball Super Superhero, they're going through that now, so you can read that in manga form. Do you read Boruto Blazing? From time to time. Um, the last chapter before the time skip, the last like 2 chapters before the time skip, were probably the best chapters um, for the whole series. Um, what's weird is they changed this to 1, which means I have to go and like end Boruto. I'll probably give the first part of Boruto like a 5. So I'm hoping the second part is probably like a 7. I'll be happy with that if that's the case. Sakamoto Days 131. What if I press the other, like one of the buttons, it goes straight back to the beginning. I'm not trying to do that. Uh-oh. Okay, I like that. Now featuring treads, a fan, UFO catcher arms, Wi-Fi, a cotton candy machine, takoyaki machine, a fridge, and he's got a ballpoint pen. I see. I really liked this chapter. This was like one of the first times that a fun, funny, like wholesome chapter has occurred, and it's been a long time since there has been one like that, and it did well because it softened up his heart to like realize who he wanted to save. Well, I think I'm actually going to give this a grade. What do you mean, what the fuck? So, for 130 chapters, they've only told story through action. And so then they pull this out and it makes sense and it works. And, you know, at the beginning I was kind of like, what the fuck? But then it all came together. So I have to give the person props because they're proving, like, hey, it doesn't have to be a plane falling out of the sky to have some good dialogue. I can tell a good story no matter what. One more spin. Remember how they told us Black Flash was super rare at one point? It's cool to see it here, bringing it back, and everybody knows that, like, that's a really, really, really important moment. But it's too late. Yeah, it spun right there at the end. So I don't know if he wins this fight now. Like legit. You know, like most of the time when you see Goku fight, you're like, well, he may get his ass kicked, but he's gonna get back up and he's gonna win the fight, right? You're never really thinking, hey, um, who's gonna win this? Like I don't know. There are times that I've read like, you know, Haikyuu, and I'm like, are they gonna win or are they gonna lose? Like it's looking like they're gonna lose. And whenever you can do that in Weekly Shonen Jump, you get props from me because most of the time, good guys win, you don't lose. So for this, especially this being like probably the most pivotal fight, hyped fight in the entire series, and as you're if you're watching the anime while reading this, you know just how hyped Gojo is based off kind of what he's done recently in the anime. Um, really makes me think like, damn, is he actually gonna lose? Like how? Dead Unluck, I believe, is next. Yes. Yeah, they do have a bunch of counters and counters and counters, but I think that, you know, one is because, well, the length of life and the understanding of technique, and the other is just overwhelming power and the ability to manipulate that power, like, not on a universal scale, but like on a scale nobody else can. I'm not a fan of the color page. I really want this arc to be over. Hopefully, this is the last chapter in this arc. Yeah, he just needs to finish a yearbook or whatever, or get a good photo or some stupid shit. I don't know. Unfortunately, I don't really care. Hate to say that. There's like maybe 6 characters in this manga I actually care about. They're trying to make me care right here by saying that Unluck's never been to high school, so this is important to her as well. It's cheap. That's cheap. Cheap heat. That's what that is. I mean, she had it rough, but like mentioning that to make me care about his character isn't going to. It just makes me care about her character, which I already do. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna give it some May. Mane Banashi 74. Yes. Yeah, I don't know what this is. This feels like we're gonna have a little cool down couple chapters of nothing. My hero.
Thank you very much, sir. You're a gentleman and a scholar.
Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Did I even change my I didn't change my stream title, did I? Sorry, boys. Gabe, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it, bro. You also reminded me to change my stream title, so I appreciate that as well. I mean, she's gonna slowly cheer up in this arc, but like, I feel like there's other ways of helping her cheer up. But I mean, I don't know. This is realistic. She's a high school kid, you know. 397. I haven't streamed in so long because I've been playing Baldur's Gate. I completely forgot about changing the title. Tried to stream a little bit while I was at the stadium, but internet wasn't good enough to let me stream, unfortunately. Yeah, I like the dialogue here already. chapter feels short, but it got its point across. This was and I don't know if it was great, but I would say it's good. Yeah, it was short. But like I said, if it was longer, it definitely would have been a great chapter. But I can't give something, 7 pages a grade, fortunately. Should be MMA, right? Yep. Now this is what I want to read right here. I'm actually gonna get something to drink. I don't remember the last time I drank anything. I think I got one drink while I was driving this morning. Probably sounds really stupid to drink a single drink in 4.5 hours. Everybody. Oh. Got the reach advantage. Nice punch. The fight could have been done a little bit better, but she's a lot better than her opponent, so that's okay. He body slammed him, dog, and put him in a choke. She body slammed and put her in a choke. She is she big. She a beast. Well, boys, it's another good chapter. This series is just actually really good. At this point, we're at chapter 9. I would recommend everybody to start reading this. The fight at the beginning looks a little bit lackluster, but it's because, it's supposed to end really quick to show off that she's strong. Then you get some more information about, different promotions of MMA. They focus more on the sport aspect to try to get him to compete and test his skills, so it works for the main character as well as the side character. They introduce a new character. She looks strong. They put her over. They also kind of hint with this little romance type thing, but she doesn't get it at the moment, which is nice. And then the fight starts, and it looks like it's going to be a great fight. So I don't know, this is a great chapter. I really think that this MMA series and Akane Banashi are going to carry the magazine in 3 years. They'll be absolutely carrying them, I think. As long as they give the MMA the. If MMA gets the type of promotion that Akane Banashi is getting, it'll 100% be at the top. Quite often. They just need to push it. See, Jump tends to only push things that are popular. And if you're not popular, they're not trying to help you get sales. They'll just cancel it and move to the next one. So I'm hoping that this is popular, and I'm hoping that, you know, with a lot of things ending, that this will be something that they consistently try to give color pages to and push. I think Kill Blue's good. I think it'll stay around for a while, but it might get stale. I hope it stays as long as it wants to stay, because I think it's good enough, but we'll see. What's next? I believe the last chapter of Black Clover and Jump is next. Yes, 368. Well, Sumi has Hinamura Sumo fans in general, and since it's also an action-based series like sumo or MMA, it works. So we'll see how things go. And like I said, he's one of the very few guys in Jump that has managed to make female characters not just like a love interest. They're strong female characters. Like in Hinamura Sumo, that girl comes in and she ends up becoming the manager for the squad. And although she does end up becoming a love interest, she stands up for herself quite a bit on her own and does things on her own. She doesn't have to be told to do things. And she stands up at one point near the end of the manga. She stands up against like a Yokozuna for the main character. And, you know, that's good writing. That's like, yeah, she didn't back down. He might have backed down, but she wasn't willing to back down. And that's what makes, you know, that type of shit cool. You know. And people are slowly moving away from the Sakura type characters. You know, Act Age, Kane Banashi, even in JJK, the women characters are all strong and do things on their own. They're not just told to. So, to be continued. To the readers, thank you for your continued support. This will be the final chapter in Jump. It's kind of sad. Plan to start in winter, which will probably be about 3 months from now, because I think Jump Giga just came out. So it's important for it to change. He couldn't keep up with the schedule. Instead of drawing 17 pages every week, so let's just say in 3 months, he'd have to draw, let me see how many pages that is. So it's 17 times 4, which is a month, times 3. That's 200 pages. Versus he can do 40 pages and, release it. Do 40 pages in 3 months versus 200 pages in 3 months. He's cutting his workload by 25%. He just kind of has to at this point. And there's nothing wrong with that. If it leads to a better conclusion, yeah, like he also hurt his hand at some point during this, and he's just been working through it because he probably needs surgery, and he just doesn't want to take the time off because he's dedicated to it, and so he's just probably been writing with a bad hand. And his wife was sick. I remember he had a kid within the last year, I think. So, to me, this is a way better way to do this. Now, some people are like, well, when you move to Jump Giga, usually you only have 4 chapters left and it'll be over. Well, that's true. For things that have transferred over there, they have between 1 and 4 chapters and they finish. But I think he could go over there and do it as long as he wanted to. I think... See, he's got... Just here alone, he could do 30 pages of Noel versus Acer. He could do pages of Yami Morgan. That's got to wrap up entirely. And then Lucius and then Aster, that's an entire thing on its own. The Black Bulls and the fights that they have to do, that's an entire thing on its own. And then, the conclusion itself. I could see him writing, 10 more chapters, which would be 400 pages. So, in reality, that would have been 6 months of writing and 17 pages everything. And in 6 months, that's 24 chapters. It's 3 volumes. That would have worked. I think he could wrap it up in 3 volumes, And if it just takes longer, it takes longer. I'd rather him be in good health, be happy with his current standing, be happy about his family, and write something better because he's not pressured. And yeah, Hori needs a break too, but they're not going to give it to him. He took a month, came back, was good for 3 weeks, then the magazine had a break, and then now, he's writing short chapters again. He needs... This is why, when I first started these streams, I made the suggestion that Jump needs more series. And people say, well, what do you mean? Well, what I think is that Jump needs to have more things in the magazine. So you go to Weekly Young Jump here. They have 29 titles. Okay, let's go to Weekly Shonen Jump. Okay, Weekly Shonen Jump currently has 23. Now, these magazines are actually the same size. Okay, they're weekly and they're the same size. Now, why is that? Because every week they shuffle in people and shuffle out people to give everybody breaks. So like Oshinoko can go on a 1 month break because they have other series to put in here. Or Kingdom can go on a break when it needs to go on a break. Gantz is monthly, so it just comes in once a month to fill a spot. Boys Abyss is taking breaks. Real doesn't really count, so I would say it's probably got 28 series. But most of these other series are all running, and if they need breaks, they take breaks. So if Jump were to add 6 more series, then that means that, like, let's just say they added 4 and they're at 27. Okay, that would mean that every week, either, you could have JJK Roboco, Sakamoto, and Witch Watch get a break, and then the next week you could go Akane Banashi, One Piece, Elusive Samurai, Yozakura. Then the next week you could have My Hero. And if they didn't want a break, then they don't have to take a break. One of the other series that started could just have a week off as well. You just balance out. So like one of the new series that numbers 24, 25, 26, 27, they could just take a break, And I know that it's kind of difficult for them to do that because they cancel things so quickly. But that's, if they want these authors to not break down at 180, 200 chapters, that's what they'll just have to do. Yep, probably, we'll see. But they'll never take a cycle of swapping things in and swapping things out. It's just like, Shangri-La Frontier is based off a light novel. And as you can see, it's selling like hotcakes. And it's in the rival magazine, Weekly Shonen magazine. That's Kodansha's rival to Weekly Shonen Jump. And, it's just a light novel adaptation drawn by somebody. Jump will never do that. Jump likes to bring back authors and then do brand new authors. They never take an author from another magazine that's done well and then pull them in. Unless it was like art-wise, like Bocce. They try to make everything by their own. It's weird that Jump has all of these restrictions. What I would compare it to is like the Yankees in baseball. Okay, so every team in baseball can have whatever facial hair they want. You can bat flip. You can have fun. When you play for you can have your name on your jersey. When you play for the Yankees, you're a number. You have to have a clean-shaven face or a certain type of facial hair. You can't. It has to be a certain way. Like mustache, I think, is the only thing you can have. You can't bat flip. Like if you hit a home run, you can't bat flip. That's just the Yankees that do that. Now, are the Yankees successful? Yes. Has some of that, strictness led to that success? Yes. But at the same time, at one point you have to realize that this may be outdated and it's time to move on to something else. Like, Jump could take Act Age's artist, go get a popular light novel right now, and let her draw the adaptation, and it would sell like hotcakes. Because her art is great. And if it's a popular light novel, then you already have that fan base, plus the Jump fan base that loves her. Boom. But they won't do it. It's silly. You'll bring back an author who got axed 17 chapters in, and then you'll bring them back to do a series that's probably going to get axed at 17 or 18 chapters again. It's kind of baffling. Like, the answer is right in front of you. You need to use it. Mm-hmm. So, there have been steps in the right direction. Rui Dragon, them giving that author as much time as they need, that's a good step in the right direction. Letting Chainsaw Man go to Jump Plus to let him have a better schedule. That's moving in the right direction. With this Jump Giga move is moving it in the right direction. Like, Jump's slowly starting to realize that a lot of people buy digital. These surveys aren't exactly the be all end all. There's other ways to measure things. It's just taking them a long time to break habits of things that they've done forever. I hope that within the next 5 years we see like a light novel adaptation, or somebody who is popular in like Morning Magazine decides they want to come and do a Jump series. Like, let's say the Blood on the Tracks author, since they're almost done with Blood on the Tracks, decided that they wanted to do a shonen series, and so they went to Weekly Shonen Jump, and I would hope that they'd accept them. You know what I mean? Like, there's plenty of things that I think in the next 5 years that they could open up and do a little bit more on. As far as this chapter goes, it was basically hey, everybody's arrived, big battle's about to start. You know what I mean? It's all right. I've been adding these other ones. Did I put MMA up here? I did. We just went off on a tangent so long that I forgot. I wanted to make sure that I didn't fuck something up there. Up next is the Elusive Samurai. I'll check your comment 1 second. If I don't do something right then, I'll forget what I'm doing. Especially after I slept 4 hours. Well, actually, the Cypher, he had already been in Jump before, with this. See, he's the author story, And yeah, this was in Jump. Jump Comics. So he's actually already been in it before. So I don't count him. And I don't know if he wrote this first or let's go by oldest. Monogatari. Yeah, so he had done some of the Monogatari stuff, but he had also done manga, I'm assuming for different people and different comics. I don't know if any of them were Jump or not. Sure, I added Elusive Samurai. Damn. This was all right. I kind of hate when I write stuff like puts over or heat or heal on stuff when people may not know what it means, but it's just the easiest way for me to write it with the amount of words that I'm given each week. So I think that this was all right. You know what? Actually, I think this was good. Fuck it. Um, Mission Yozakura family. I've really fallen off the hype train on this shit, like bad. And I feel bad about it because I feel like maybe I'm being a little bit of a hater. So I don't really want to like offend anyone that's like, you know, in general, I don't like fandom shit anyway. It's stupid, but I'm not trying to offend any like fans of the series. I'm trying my best not to shit on it, but I'm being honest about how I feel about it. Oops, accidentally pressed the wrong button. So welcome back, Goryuka. Did you go finish Act 2? No, you ate a snack? I didn't eat anything this morning. I was just so confident to get home. I stopped for gas and got a drink, and that was it on my drive home. Because I had to stop for gas. I was like, dude, breakfast would be so good. But I want to get back to do Jump. For the fans. For the people that actively read the thread each week. Isn't it evening time, sir? Why don't you just eat dinner? Does you need to game? Well, just like, do you not, you have an oven, right? Just put something in the oven, set a timer, and then come back for it. Like, you're playing Baldur's Gate, you can get up and walk away. I appreciate it, sir. I really do appreciate it. Do it now. Go do it right now. News Exorcist. This should be a good chapter because if I remember, I was really hyped to read this one. don't really like the ending at all. That ending's like such a fucking cop out on that shit. I think I've just been putting Akane and not Akane Banashi. Yeah, well, see, I just don't like when you... So anything goes, right, except killing your opponent. So she sticks her hand out like, oh, you'd have to cut my hand off if you wanted to stop me and win. Because, you know, that's how I've been taught. And it goes back to her backstory. So it works, right? But at the same time, she's taking advantage of his good nature. And what it's going to do is he's going to fight these crows and overcome his like limits that are set upon him. So to me, it's like BS. Like, if he had just won the normal way, it shows that he's already overcome his limits because she was that much stronger than him, and over the course of a couple of weeks, he caught up to her. I don't need him to do all of this training and then purposefully force him into the worst situation so we can see that, like, he's leaps and bounds. He's grown to a full-fledged whatever the fucker exorcist in 3 weeks. Like, that feels too much. There could have been a different time down the road where he has to overcome those limits. If the series is popular, you don't have to do this this early. Sorry, hiccups. Actually, I might go put that in May just because of that, but they did do a good job explaining of how the fight works, so I don't know, dude. Yeah, I think I'm actually gonna go put it in May. Also want to put Yosafam in May too, but like I'm not going to. That one's just me being a hater. What in the world? He gave us a licking, I swear to Lord up above. Ugh. Sometimes I just get mad. Tenmaku? I'm surprised Ichi Noise is at the bottom this week. They're going all in on this mother stuff, which I like. I think some of these things are about to get moved down. I think I'll move Yosafam and Cypher down. I just have to see. Yosafam was before. Cypher is after. Very diverse set of jump this week. So does Icehead Gil get ranked next week? Am I correct in thinking that? And yeah, I think that this is too late for Tamaku to change, but this is like real emotion for the first time. It's not acting, it's like actual real emotion. Or you could telling me yes, it gets ranked next week. Do you really know, or are you just saying that to be saying yes? Damn it, Goryuka, damn it. Yikes. Oh, this is its first rank? Okay, I didn't know if it was. Uh, yeah, that's pretty fucking bad. This chapter was. It was actually okay. I liked it more than a cop out. I liked it more than Yosefam doing nothing. Akane was just a setup to have fun. I liked it more than Cypher. I mean, it explained a lot of stuff, brought in new characters, even if they're annoying, and yeah, I think I'll give it an alright. I think I had it. I just didn't like that they redid the. It was the same chapters last week. It just proved that he's strong. To me, I hated it. I mean, I can see it because it's not like it did anything technically wrong, but it felt like it just recycled what I had already seen, in a sense. Og, hello, sir. Hello, sir. Now we need to wait 3 months for Black Clover chapter. Yeah, but it'll be probably 40 pages, so. I think it'll be better to read, honestly, like that, too, because he'll be able to, like, complete a whole fight. Dude, every time that I read this, I'm like, oh yeah, so it's ending, right? And then they do something that makes me think it could run for 5 more chapters. Like, I figured, okay, they're going to beat the boss, she's going to be freed after he wins, and she'll go down and stop him. And then they bring up the fact that, oh, we did some research and just want to tell you, now you're only able to heal a certain amount of time, so your value to her is non-existent. And she leaves him there. So, and we don't know if she'll stop number one or not. So, like, I feel like this is just bait. No, I haven't read the Boruto chapter. I will after I'm done. Just like he said. Mm, yeah, that's his dad. This is actually a really good chapter. No twist, just actual emotions. I don't know how to spell dilemma. Dilemma. There we go. There's two M's. Make sure I have everything on here. Okay, we got Blue Box, Witch Watch, One Piece, Kill Blue, Roboco, Sakamoto, JJK, Undead Unluck, Akane, My Hero, MMA, Black Clover, Elusive Samurai, Yosefam, News Exorcist, Cypher, Tenmaku, Icehead Gill, Fabricant 100, Do Retry, Ichinoise Fan. Okay. I mean, basically it was she's in a rut. The beginning of the chapter does a alright job of like hinting at something, but we won't know more about it until they decide to tell us about it. And then the rest of the chapter is Akane feels bad. There's a festival going on. Let's have some fun. I mean, it's meant to cheer her up and get her back in the groove, but like it's just the start of having fun. And like I get what it's doing, but there were probably better ways to do what they're trying to do. Um, Alright, well that's all for Jump. Thanks for watching.